Samsung's official Galaxy S24 announcement took place less than a week ago, and consumers have been wondering if the Korean giant's latest flagship phone is worth buying. The Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra will go on sale on January 31, but we're already seeing various tests being performed on the new phones that check things like their performance, battery life, camera quality, and more. Early testing has revealed shortcomings, such as inconsistent camera performance and lower picture quality at zoom levels higher than 10x on the Galaxy S24 Ultra compared to the Galaxy S23 Ultra. The Ultra model also seems to have considerable thermal throttling when pushed to the limit for long durations, despite the presence of a 1.9x larger vapor chamber to whisk the heat away from the new Snapdragon chip, which is surprisingly not a thing on the Exynos-powered Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus. However, it seems many experts and reviewers don't have access to the retail units yet, which could be the cause of some of the issues that are coming to light. Thankfully, it appears Samsung is already aware that software updates are needed for the latest Galaxy S flagship lineup to perform optimally. It will release the first update later this week. As per the recent leaks, Samsung will release a Galaxy S24 series update on January 23 to enhance performance and improve camera functionalities. This update will likely come preloaded on the retail units that will reach customers over the coming days, but if not, it should be downloadable out of the box. As the Galaxy S24 series comes with several major upgrades, especially on the Ultra model, and launched earlier than usual, Samsung may need to release more than one software update before the new devices work as intended. Now this year, the S24 series has seen a record 2.5 lakh pre-bookings in India in just 3 days, making it the most successful Galaxy S series ever. In comparison, Samsung had secured the same amount of pre-bookings for its Galaxy S23 series over a 3-week period last year in the country. Samsung didn't break down the most ordered device, but smart money would be on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Pre-order bonuses this year are mostly identical to last year. Get the higher storage model for the same price, meaning people are mostly happy with the upgrades. This will benefit Samsung to register some annual growth for the S series and increase its market share from 26% in 2023 to 28% level against a ramping Apple. Meanwhile, with all the excitement following the Galaxy S24 series launch, it's time to check out some early benchmark tests. YouTuber NL Tech posted a detailed video of all 3 Galaxy S24 series phones going head-to-head in the most popular benchmarking apps, Geekbench 6, Antutu, and 3DMark. The S24 and S24 Plus models are equipped with the Exynos 2400 chip, while the S24 Ultra is rocking a slightly overclocked for Galaxy version of Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It's important to note that all 3 phones are running pre-release firmware, so their scores will likely differ from the consumer-ready versions. Still, we get a good look at the capabilities of the new Samsung chipset and how it stacks up to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 from Qualcomm. Geekbench 6's CPU test shows a slight lead for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in both the single-core and multi-core scores. The difference in the single-core department is negligible, while the multi-core score shows a minor advantage for the Qualcomm chip. Things took a turn in favor of the Exynos 2400 during the GPU test, where both the S24 and S24 Plus edged out the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 equipped S24 Ultra. The Antutu tests show a win for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 inside the S24 Ultra, but the gap between the two chips is still fairly small. Next up is the 3DMark Solar Bay stress test, which encompasses ray tracing. We see a clear win for the Exynos-powered S24 and S24 Plus models. The Samsung-made chip performed marginally better in thermal management. The S24 Ultra takes a marginal win on the Wildlife Extreme Test event, though the Exynos devices ran the tests with better stability. So it appears that the raw performance of the Exynos 2400 processor is within a 10% difference from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy processor, which is Qualcomm's best right now. That shows Samsung has improved the design and performance of Exynos chips by a massive margin, and its flagship Exynos 2400 processor is now almost as good as the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Obviously, it's important to note that all 3 phones are running pre-release firmware, but still Samsung has done a tremendous job for an Exynos variant, and this might help some of the Galaxy buyers to opt for a cheaper variant like the Vanilla S24. It certainly felt blisteringly quick when I tried rapid multitasking between several apps at once, and it'll even manage ray tracing effects in supported games. 12 gigs of RAM is par for the course now. I've seen foldable rivals with a hopping 24 gigs, but Samsung knows how to optimize the underlying Android OS. I was able to swap between several apps without them reloading into memory first. The familiar choice of 256, 512, and 1 terabyte of storage returns too. Based purely on price, I think 512 gigs is the sweet spot this year. Battery life will have to wait for the full review. All I know right now is that the 5000 capacity is just as beefy as last year's model, and that had no trouble lasting an entire day on a single charge. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is in theory more efficient too. You'll need to bring your own power brick, of course, because Samsung doesn't bundle one in the box anymore. The phone can manage 45 watts, which is decent, but a long way short of the fastest charging phones coming out of China. Ever since it absorbed the Galaxy Note S Pen abilities, the Ultra has been Samsung's do-it-all flagship. Not everyone needs its productivity-centric skills, but those that do swear by them. The Galaxy S24 Ultra looks to be more of the same, only elevated to even more premium status thanks to the switch to titanium. It's still early days, but if you have an S23 Ultra, I think there's very little need to upgrade this year. You'll be getting the best part of the S24 Ultra, its smart features and Galaxy AI by way of a software update later in 2024. This also applies to anyone with an S23 and S23 Plus, a Z Flip 5 or Z Fold 5, as well as a Tab S9 Ultra. Even S22 Ultra owners won't get massive upgrades. The S Pen, excellent screen, and Samsung experiences are still very comparable, as is the camera. The AI features don't justify the price if you're perfectly happy with your phone. That said, anyone noticing any slowdown, especially when gaming, will appreciate the new Snapdragon CPU. If performance is a priority, then it could be time to splurge. So that is the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra incremental updates overall, but there are some key new updates which I'm really looking forward to testing out. If you want to see my coverage as well as all the upcoming comparisons, then do subscribe and hit that bell icon. So, how do you like these new benchmark result of latest Exynos chipset? Is it good enough to compete with the latest Snapdragon? Share your thoughts below in the comment section, and for more updates you can check out our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you for the next time. Peace out.